Alright, here's the deal. You got two options. You can either sit here for the next hour or so, plus whatever, and I'm going to sit here and work on scrubbing models. And you can sit here and listen to me rant and talk and rave and yada yada. Or you can go to the next video. So, good luck on your choice. Hope you enjoy what you see. I'll just be sitting here talking while I'm working, so. Ooh, that worked really nice. Show you guys in a second whenever I'm done. This stuff worked a lot better than I thought it would. I was really skeptical, and honestly, I was actually really scared as well. But yeah, I mean, it seems to be working just fine. See, the only thing about scrubbing models, stripping, scrubbing, whatever you want to call it, is that sometimes that paint is in the deepest, darkest crevices, and they glopped it on, and then that stuff isn't coming off, no matter what you do. And those are sometimes the most important pieces. And I don't know what this guy did to his orcs, but he jacked them up, man. They legit. I don't know. He like bent the guns, glued weird stuff on them. I mean, each person's their own, I suppose. I mean, they're gonna have their own way of modeling and doing things, and sometimes they care, sometimes they don't. Alright, let's get that. Pretty good so far, guys. Getting there. So originally, I told you guys I was going to work on these yesterday, and I ended up working on my car for like 5 hours or something. So, done with that business. Gonna have to take it to a muffler guy. Call him. He said as long as it's not too screwed up, he'll only charge me $30 to weld everything back on the way it's supposed to be. So I'm really hoping for some good luck on that. But yeah. So while I'm out today, if I even get out, more or less if my girlfriend will drive me is what I should say. Is done with number one. She'll drive me somewhere. I gotta go get some. Since my car's down, I gotta go get some silly putty so I can cap off these guys' arms and helmets and some of the other things that I don't want painted. So, yeah. No, those are probably Sam's. Huh? Those are Sam's.
Sam can't wear a 30 length.
Neither can I.
Huh?
Neither can I. I don't know. I wonder if maybe somebody's friend left him over here. Maybe they're Sam's from a really long time ago. So, did I tell you guys I'm on spring break? Currently spending the week at my mother's house, so it'll be a good week, I guess. Right? See if I can. Yes, that's so awesome. I'm gonna actually go through and break all those off real fast. Oh my goodness. No, it's been a long freaking week, man. So, anyways, sorry, trouble you with my life troubles. Yeah, so I'm just gonna scrub all these guys off. I found a quick paint tutorial, speed painting tutorial on Bad Moons online. So I'll show you guys how to do that in the next video. It's actually pretty simple. So to whomever did this, if you see this video, I hope you get in a car wreck on the way home, dude. Seriously. Ridiculous. Who just glues random stuff together? This is nasty. I'm just breaking the hands off these guys. This crap is so ridiculously glued on there. Nice. See, that's... I mean, I guess in the Horde it's not going to matter. God, I'm just going to have a bunch of handless orcs. Screw it. I don't even care. I don't know what you got on these guys. I'm not going to have the time to go take them to the... Go get spray glue removal stuff. At least on their backs, it's not so heavily super glued. Oh, there goes another hand. So I have a bunch of handicapped orcs now. Thanks a lot, online. eBay, bug guy. So, yeah, I don't know. Here I am doing the do. So, you can... Nice, just break the gun instead. Alright. Alright, that got it off. Sweet! Totally I'm gonna do. Yeah, regardless, all the pieces shot everywhere, but jeez Louise. I am ridiculous, so I get too much whenever I'm freaking text. Seriously. Sorry for not talking much, guys. Oh, nice. Lost the gun. Okay, that's gone. Well, sorry about that one. Maybe we can get this one off successfully. And... Okay, so I managed to successfully... Oh, here's one gun. Poop. Be right back, guys. Sorry. That's the thing. I don't understand. How can this possibly be so glued on? Plastic should break before the glue does, but goodness gracious. When they say super glue, they really freaking mean it. I hate you, original Orks player. I hate you so much. So, anyways, let me kind of go back over what I was saying earlier. Alright, one track mindset. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'll, for the speed painting tutorial, take these guys, strip them down. I bought a base coat of yellow spray paint. A lot of people are like, whoa, 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 yellow Orks, what are you talking about? So, basically, all I'm gonna do is base coat them all yellow. And then, come back in there, keep letting them soak while I can. Hopefully more of that paint will come off. Once they're all base coated yellow, you literally just paint the gun and the orc and their armor, and then you're done. Like, it's super, super easy. Or, I'm sorry, you just paint the orc and their guns, and you're done. You basically don't have to do anything else after that. Because, I mean, there really isn't much to do after that. I mean, the orc's just green, and their guns are silver or black, or whatever you choose to paint them, so. And then the yellow is already on there, so the armor's all yellow. So it really makes them stand out as that bright yellowy colored armor. So that's the idea on the speed painting thing. Yeah, no, recently I started getting into, and I'm not saying I'm going to, because I'm not even done painting these guys or collecting my 40k army, so this might be years and years and years and multiple years and years in advance. Probably a good 5 to 10 years from now. But basically I'm gonna get into Age of Sigmar. I watched a few mini Wargaming games, and I'm like, it's not as exciting as 40k. I don't know what it is about it. It just doesn't get me going as much. But most definitely, I think it still is. Some of the models are really good looking, and some of the ideas and the gameplay and stuff like that seems interesting. So maybe I'll get it. Or maybe I'll opt out and just get the Warhammer Total War and play that instead and kind of get my fix that way. That's how I thought it was going to be, though, with Armageddon. And, it wasn't really that good. Yeah, it was like literally copy-paste Warhammer, but there was just, I guess it's the social aspect that you're missing from it. So, I mean, I don't know. There's just something about it that just wasn't as magical, I guess, which sounds kind of weird saying, but that's pretty much what it was. It was just, it had like this, just a feeling missing from it. So, as you can see, those guys aren't perfectly scrubbed down, but I mean, I just need to get a majority of the paint off, and the rest will get covered up. And honestly, I'm really surprised how well this worked, because this stuff, whenever I scraped it off my nail after the first day, I was like, oh crap, this is going to take forever, but it really wasn't that bad. One thing I was really worried about when doing all this is that this stuff would be too potent, and that I didn't dilute it down enough, and that the guys wouldn't get clean the way they're supposed to. And honestly, it's working a lot better than I thought it would. That was kind of nice. So, super clean, you got my vote from now on. Simple green, I'm sorry. You just take like 6 days at a time to seriously get anything done. Like, literally, I would wait weeks. Uh-oh. I would wait, like, seriously, weeks to get anything done with simple green. Like, I would sit there and let stuff soak for days and days and days, and eventually I thought, like, the chemical composition of the plastic would break down eventually. I was like, oh crap, I hope this stuff doesn't ruin my models, and thankfully it didn't. Speaking of which, funny story, the very, oh shoot, his head broke off, crap. The very first models that I ever got were Space Marines. And I got a... Uh-oh. Oh no! His hand broke off too! This model isn't holding together very well. Oh goodness. The very first paint Marines that I did, I was like, oh, okay, strip and paint. Sounds good. So I went and bought some paint thinner. Oh my gosh. I melted like 6 Marines before I realized I was doing it. I was just dipping my toothbrush in and scrubbing them with it. And I was like, oh, why does this guy's armor look kind of melty? What the heck? Why does this guy look kind of, like one thing after another? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm killing my Marines. I was so bummed. It was so funny. It definitely is a good memory to live on in my days of playing Warhammer. I really hope I didn't lose that guy's pistol. I really liked it. But, yeah, that's one of my goofy stories. There it is. Sweet. Another thing I suggest you pick up are a pair of like these latex gloves. I got these chemical resistant ones at Walmart. They were $9 for a box of 40 of them or so. And I personally also use these types of gloves to cook with. Like if I am in my kitchen and cooking and I'm handling raw meat and stuff like that, to avoid exposure or infecting the, cross-contaminating the meat, I usually just, goodness gracious, these guys are going to be a pain in the butt. Or it's roughly the same color as what it was going to be. Just try not to cross-contaminate my meat and stuff like that, so... I don't know. So anyways, you guys know that staying with my mother for a week. I am currently down in her dungeon of a basement. It literally goes like 30 feet back up underground. It's probably like the safest basement for the most part in all of Liberty. Yeah. So, it's not bad. It's not bad hanging out here. Just see my brothers a little bit more, which is nice. My dog currently lives here because the house that I live in right now, they won't let my dog live there. So, it's nice being home to see her. And not to mention I'm close to everything. Like, I'm way close to work. Like, the other place that I'm staying at right now is like a good extra 15 minutes from where I work, on top of from where my mom lives, like the 20 minutes that it takes to get there. So it takes me like 35 minutes on average to get there from my other house, and from here it's only about 20. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, I don't know. I figured with these video series, you guys can kind of just get to know me, get to know my personality, get to know my monotone tone of voice, and just enjoy me painting, doing whatever, projecting. I know a lot of people who play Warhammer like to listen to stuff whenever they paint, or whenever they, like whenever I used to work on nights, whenever I would paint my guys, I would honestly, it sounds weird, but I would get like some nice relaxing like classical music going and just let that kind of flow. It was nice. Definitely would make this a more relaxing thing, and not like, and it would make, I don't know, in a way it sounds goofy, but it made me more gentle, like with my models. Like if I was listening like hard rock or something like that, I'd be going for it or whatever. And you want to be, definitely want to be gentle with these guys, like I said. Sometimes wash off your brush, get some more paint peeler on there so it kind of works with the stuff that's already on the model. Kind of stays in the bristles a little bit more. Sorry that all the tips and stuff are a little bit more spread out in my videos. I guess it just means you have to watch the whole thing. So, yeah, no, I'm a student. I'm currently in a program studying radiology. So, that's pretty much life goal right there. I wish I would have stuck with it, because in high school, I graduated, didn't know what I wanted to do, and saw the radiology program, and I was like, hey, that sounds good. So I started working on that, and then I got into it, and I was like, oh man, I'm not smart enough for this, yada, yada, yada. And now, what is it? Oh god. 5 years later, I'm back at it again. God, that's scary. I can't believe I graduated high school that long ago. But, oh well. Time goes on. Life goes on. I've learned a lot of life lessons. It's pretty cool. So, no, I've worked at a couple of cool places. I've done just about every job you can, well, a good portion of jobs that you can do as a young kid. I ran a movie theater where I actually ran I think it's a 12, no, 50, maybe it's 15, I don't remember anymore, darn it. I ran a 15 millimeter film projector, which was cool. So it was like literally this giant spool of film that weighed like 50 to 75 pounds. It was huge, and so we had to always take 2 people to move it, because it would if you drop the film, you owe the company however much it cost to make that film. So it was pretty ridiculous. It's insane, because like literally like less than a year later, after I quit that place, they switched everything over to digital, which sucks, because that guy pretty much had to sell his business. But I got out of there because he was doing some other sketchy stuff in there, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be a part of this. I got out of there. But there's that. I worked at a restaurant called Five Guys. It's a hamburger joint. It's kind of like In-N-Out for those of you who are on the West Coast. What else have I done? I worked at a dentist office where I cleaned dental equipment for a living. That was disgusting. I did that like right after. What did I do that? I did that right after I had worked at a gym. I worked at a gym for a couple of years because I thought I wanted to be a personal trainer, because like working out was my life for the longest time. And it's still pretty much that way. I mean, as you guys have seen from my whole 30 videos, if you want, you can check those out. But definitely not in it as much as I used to be. I used to like legitimately be at the gym for 2 hours, 4 to 5 days a week, depending on how tired I was and stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, I was in decent shape. You can see my abs. Weighed in like 200, so I wasn't like scrawny by any means. So I was pretty proud of myself. I also, one year, tried to join the military. Ended up having issues with my kidneys and couldn't join. So that was kind of a bummer, but a blessing in the same light, because the girl I was dating at the time, she joined the military and then found another boyfriend. So I was like, oh, I see. You just gotta take off with him. So that wasn't a big deal. That was it was a blessing in a way, you know, all in all. So I guess, I don't know, pretty personal stuff. You guys know me pretty well. Yeah, and right now I work retail with a company that I won't mention, because I've already mentioned a few things, and I think there's some other stuff you guys saw on some of my videos that's kind of personal. So no offense to anybody, but I don't know, once you guys know where I live, you never know what kind of people are going to be out there in the world. You know, if you make someone mad, you don't want someone showing up at your doorstep and shooting you or whatever. I don't know. You never know with people nowadays. So, yeah, that's life right now. I mean, it's pretty good. That old man that I called, I'm either going to get my car fixed today, later at about 3 o'clock, or it's going to get fixed on Wednesday. So that means I got to call into work tomorrow. Hooray, back down to one more day. So that kind of blows. But, yeah, I mean, as far as my orc army goes, I'm really hoping to have a tide army or a horde army, whatever you guys call it. I'm really hoping that because it's symbolic for the orcs more than anything. It's more, oh, how do you put it? Yeah, it's iconic for the orcs. Like not having a horde army, having like a tank or a truck army or something weird like that. It's just not like, it kind of takes away from the fun of the orcs. You know, I don't ever expect to play competitively with any of my armies. I honestly just hope to have them and own them and paint them and love them dearly and tuck them in the bed every night and all that stuff. And, but yeah, and one day I would hope to get like a really nice display case that I can kind of really lather all these guys down with some varnish. And once they're all varnished up nice and pretty, I can display them in a case so that the light and other factors don't get to them. But that's 10-15 years down the road, so God only knows if I'm still going to be doing this. Yeah. Backpack fell off. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing with this game. It's so awesome because it changes so frequently that you can literally put it down and in 10 years it'll be a brand new game and you'll have no idea how to play. Well, you know what I'm saying. For those of you who came back from the 90s or or even the early 2000s, I mean, there was a decent amount of change. You know, I've had one guy tell me at the shop that I used to play at that he's been playing since like 94 or something like that. And the dude literally rolled in, had this 4-foot tall suitcase, and he opened it up, and it was like a tool chest that you would use, but it has like all these little slots for screws and all this different stuff. And he literally just dumped it all, basically like opened it up, and like there were hundreds and hundreds of, I mean, this was like, what's this guy's life work? And yes, like I was saying, this was this guy's life work. And he had like some of the most incredible things, like one of his librarian, I think it was Tigurius, I want to say maybe. He had him, but he like made his eyes glowing, and on his hammer he had taken paper clips and crinkled them in a certain way, and then painted them, and made them into like these arcs of lightning that were coming off his maybe it was somebody else, but it was like a twin-handed thunder hammer, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's like the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. So that was pretty sweet. I was definitely excited about that. So I don't know. I've recently been like really heavily getting into this stuff as far as Warhammer goes, as far as looking at more into fantasy and expanding my armies, which I'm done with for the year. I've already spent enough. So I've kind of set myself a budget, so I'm not getting ridiculous with it, because last year I ran up like almost $1,000 worth of models, and paying that off was a hassle. I put it on my credit card and the interest just kept bouncing back and forth with me, so it was ridiculous. I don't ever suggest putting this game on a credit card. It's the stupidest thing you could ever do in your entire life. If you're going to buy it straight with cash, and that's pretty much anything with a credit card. Love of goodness. All you kids out there, seriously pay attention to what I'm saying right now. Don't get a credit card except for emergencies. Got trapped under one of those last year, and it took me almost all the way till this year to get my tax return to get a big enough chunk of money to pay it off. So that wasn't very much fun. But you live and learn, I guess. Pretty much now I just don't even use my credit card. What I do is I buy groceries on it, and then I turn around and pay it off immediately. I'm pretty sure I get double points on buying groceries at grocery stores. So I just get the points off of that, and then I'm going to use this point to buy either Christmas gifts or more models, to be perfectly honest. Don't tell Erica. She's going to get mad at me. Hopefully this is embedded deep enough in the video that she won't find it. Yeah, I don't know. I really like this game. My channel to take off. I know I'm not like, I don't have like the best graphical interface and stuff for my computer, and my modeling skills is mediocre at best. But, I mean, we're all about getting better here, right? So that's what I'm here for. That's why I make these videos for you guys, to keep you entertained. So, I don't know. I'm just rambling on at this moment. I'll probably shut up for a minute and let you guys just enjoy the scrubbing. I don't know. Oh, actually, I will keep rambling. I found my Dungeons and Dragons dice, so that means that is on. I'm gonna hopefully get once I move and finalize my apartment on the other side of town, and I get out of the family's house that I'm living in right now. I am going to see if my brothers and my girlfriend want to play Dungeons and Dragons together. Me and my girlfriend played with another couple for a couple of weeks, and it was super awesome. And the husband that we played with was super into it, and he built boards, and he built all these houses, and put all this money into it, and it was freaking cool. But meeting together was a hassle. It seriously was. It was every time, like, somebody wouldn't show up. It was me, Erica, the other couple, and then 2 other guys. So it wasn't bad. And then on top of that, like, we had a slightly strained relationship with them for a moment because our dog was dog sat by them, and it peed all over their carpets in their brand new house. And they were kind of bummed about that, and I really don't blame them. And if they didn't ever want our dog to come over again, I wouldn't blame them, and I would happily clean their carpets for them or something. Like, I felt really bad about it. I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. And they're like, oh, it's okay. Because they're foster dogs all the time, so they're like, oh, they pee all over our carpet anyways. And I was like, okay. I still felt like obligated to take care of, Amante's mess, because I was like, you ding dong. But she was a baby back then, so she was literally like right out of the womb baby. So she was less than a year old. So she's a sweetheart. She's a good dog. I can't ever complain about her. So, but yeah, it's supposed to rain today, so it'd be nice just to see the nice refreshing sprinkle on the lawn. We fertilized and got all that taken care of, so that's dandy and ready for spring. I'm hoping my mom's yard comes up. That's one thing you guys got to know about me that I don't really keep secret, because I'm kind of proud of it, because not a lot of kids, my age, are interested in lawn care, but I really am. Like, it's something that I really truly care about. And I think that you really ought to take care of your front yard and have all of your stuff taken care of, and have all your ducks in a row. Like, have a really nice yard, get some flowers out there. I already started on getting my quote-unquote garden started eventually in my lifetime. I bought a ficus from the store. It was about a foot tall whenever I bought it. Barely stuck up out of the pot that it was in, and now it's over like 4 feet tall. I mean, I just keep transferring it from pot to pot to pot, keep it in nice warm areas, and keep it watered whenever I can, and Hopefully it doesn't get too out of hand. They're kind of temperamental. That's the thing, though. Like, seriously, you move it from one part of the house to another, and it loses, like, half its leaves. So I'm always, like, stressing out if I ever have to move it. Like, when I moved it to my mom's house because I couldn't keep it at the house that I'm living at now because there's no sunlight in the room that I'm in because it's in the basement. Sorry, guys. I didn't get anything moving around here. Yeah, anyway, so the ficus, so I think I've taken pretty good care of it. I'm really hoping to kind of end up like my grandmother, where she has like 3 gardens at her house. She has like a vegetables garden, she has grapevines, she has several flower gardens out front. So, I mean, I'm not a huge flower person. I just like plants in general. That's one thing, like, whenever Arbor Day comes up this year, I'm really hoping to, like, find out a way to participate in that and kind of do the right thing and plant a tree, you know. And people are like, save a tree. Yeah, you know, they're just, like, joking about it and stuff. But honestly, like, you gotta think about it. Your kids are gonna have to live with our mistakes, and we are burning through millions of miles of trees, literally every year. And most of it is stuff like, you know, it's like paper copies that you get once, you look at it once when it's on your desk or whatever at work, and then you literally just toss it. Like, at my job, like one thing, like cardboard. We throw away probably like 1 million metric tons of cardboard every year from my job. Because, like, all of our boxes, because we have our own, technically our own shipping company, quote unquote. So, our company brings in products and stuff like that, and they're all in cardboard boxes, and we just break them down and throw them in the trash. Like, we just don't even think about it. But whenever this starts becoming a problem and the oxygen starts dropping on the earth and yada, and people are like, oh, well, the ocean will take care of it. And I'm like, well, we're fishing all the fish out of the ocean, so if there's no fish for the ocean, what are we going to do? I mean, I didn't mean to get, like, on a tangent about the environment here, but I truly care about the environment. I really think it's an important factor that's overlooked a lot of the time. And honestly, I kind of applaud Obama for what he's doing. I'm a huge politics fan personally. I really am. But I don't like discussing it with other people because 90% of people don't do their research. 90% of people just make estimations and guesses based off of things that they thought that they knew. So, and I used to be that way, and that's why I was like, oh goodness, because I've seen how I've acted before, and how things that I've done before, and said, and out of ignorance, and you sound pretty dumb whenever you do it. I'm not gonna lie. So make sure that all of your information is current. You're updated on what's going on in politics before you start talking and telling people yada yada, you know this or you know that, yada yada. So I think I'm gonna make a painting service called half done painting service. I don't know. And all the prices that we charge are half off. But seriously, this is ridiculous. Or maybe I'll own a service called the stripping service. Take that how you want. But, no, this is ridiculous, man. And honestly, though, that's the thing. I could probably do this all day. I love stripping models. I love stripping them. I love cleaning them. I love getting them ready for paint. And I love painting them. So much fun. But it does get freaking old whenever people do a really bad job. So, sorry, Mr. eBay guy, whoever you are. I hope I haven't offended you. Or your ancestors. Oh, looks like this guy I might need. But no, so summer's coming up. Or spring's coming up. Pretty stoked about that, I guess. It's not my favorite season. I much prefer the winter seasons solely for the fact that they're just more beautiful. I mean, like, yeah, people are like, oh, everything's dead, da 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 da. But no, I really like the fall. My birthday's that time of year. Thanksgiving's that time of year. I think it's really just important to me because my family gets to get together, and that's something that I get very rarely because a lot of them live in different states and whatnot, so it's kind of a bummer. Especially around the holidays when you're wanting to hang out with like your uncle or whatever and you haven't seen him because he's in the military and this and that and this and that. So, oh, that was gross. So I emptied out my so I was really kind of hoping that my tank, this one, would I don't know, like one sorry, God bless, hello, the super glue would break. Thank you. I was really hoping that the super glue would break because I really want to get that out of there, whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's just a little lost piece of, sprue, or it's an antenna or something that just broke off and they just threw it in the tank one day not thinking about it and it flew back there and now it's busted and it really sucks and I really don't like it being back there and it ticks me off. And every time I dunk my tank out, it's all nasty and goopy and all the water. The weird thing about this super clean, is this, ooh, Erica's gonna be home soon. Is the water, it like turned like this ruddy red color. It was weird. I will say thank you to whoever painted this tank, and I'm sorry I'm ruining your paint job because you actually did a pretty decent job. I just want it colored along the lines of what I want it. Yeah, these gloves are helping me because if you look at my finger, that's what your fingers will look like, and it doesn't come off. It's not like, you just wash your hands and yada yada. No, it usually stays on there because that paint gets on there and dries back on your skin until it flakes off later. So what I'll probably do with this tank, since it has a pretty good paint job on it already, is get most of the major crap off of here and just go over what's already there for the most part as far as paint wise goes. I don't know what this guy base coat this with. It's nice. Yay, it's all coming off. So it looks like there are multiple different base coats. One of them was black, and then the other half of the tank, it was dark green. So, this is life right now. Spring breaking it up. Scrubbing tanks. So, yep, this is me. This is life. You heard quite a bit about me today. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera because I'm tired of talking mouth hurts. But, or I'll just keep recording and let you guys see me scrub the rest of these. But I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm tired. I'm on with this new Whole30 diet. I literally haven't had like any yummy carbs for weeks now. So like everything that I eat just makes me hungrier. So anyways, I'll let you guys go ahead and watch the rest of this video. Apologize if it's been kind of dry, kind of bland, but whatever. I enjoy doing this stuff. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. So, let the games go on. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, don't forget to email me at sitpaintandplay@gmail.com. You're more than welcome to contact me about anything, army lists, painting ideas, painting tutorials, things you want done on the channel. I am all ears for you guys. I will try and get them up as soon as I can. Those things that are requests, I will make priority. I am not a huge painter. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not terrible at it. I can get clean lines. I work hard on my models and make sure that things are done properly. But I can't do like special effects like scaling or let's see that. I can't make things glimmer. I mean, I could get on there and learn. I'd be more than happy to, but that's just a heads up. I'm not a huge paint tutorial guy. I just know how to do the basics, get them table ready enough to say, for someone to say, oh wow, you actually kind of worked on that. And, oh yeah, I did, thank you. So, anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of the video. Well. Look at you guys. All I gotta do is scrub this. Well, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the scrubbing. I don't even want to call it a tutorial because it didn't even really teach you guys anything. But yeah, don't forget, Super Clean's where it's at. Can't see the title. Oh my gosh. Super Clean, this stuff's where it's at. Got all that stuff clean. I personally originally only let my guys soak for about 16 hours, and then I got about had to change a heart and soaked them for roughly like a little over 24, something like that, and that helped a lot. The paint pretty much just like slid off every time that I stroked the thing over them. So anyways, I got a little spot out on the front lawn that I'm going to use the rest of this for. It's on the driveway, so I'm just going to splash it on there and hopefully it's a degreaser and it's biodegradable. So I'm just going to splash it on there and get rid of that oil off the driveway. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. I'll throw a little bit of music on this so you guys aren't just totally miserable the whole time. Maybe you can just listen to the music instead of my voice. But yeah, you guys have a great week, and I'll see you later.